Good evening to you, ladies and gents, and welcome onto the very maiden edition of Artist Showcase on Heritage TV, situated in the city of London. I remain myself, Gbeke is my name. And this evening, guess what? I have in the studio with me a veteran musician. He's a household name for those of you that grew up in the 60s, in the 70s, all through to the early 80s. But before I launch into interviewing him, I would like him to raise his voice for you. In as many of you that can flash back and remember, you will know who I am referring to. So over to you, Daddy.
Ah, ọmọọba Ṣókótó, kí ló wá lọ dáúsá? Ọmọọba Ṣókótó sẹ́, kí ló wá lọ dáúsá? Ah, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé rẹpẹtẹ. Mo ní ọmọọba Ṣókótó, kí ló wá lọ dáúsá? Ọmọọba Ṣókótó sẹ́, kí ló wá lọ dáúsá? Ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé rẹpẹtẹ. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ bí ẹrú o, kò máa dá nǹkan. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ bí ẹrú sẹ́, kò máa dá nǹkan kan. Àlùbáríkà lójú, lójú o. Àlùbáríkà lójú, ló má jù o. Ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹ kú alẹ́ o, bó sì jẹ́ ọ̀sán gangan ni. Ẹ mà kú òwúrọ̀, yìí tó bá jẹ́ o, kẹ̀yà dì í mú. Mo kí yín tilétilé o, tọkọtaya. Mo kí yín tọmọtọmọ o, ẹ máa kú oríire. Ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé o, ọ̀rọ̀ rèé rẹpẹtẹ. Ọmọọba Ṣókótó, kí ló wá lọ dáúsá?
Welcome back, Daddy. That was a very beautiful, shall I say, rendition from you. Before we go too far, for those people that cannot pick up that voice, maybe they were very young like myself. Can you please tell them who you are?
Well, by the grace of God, I used to be known and called Black Man Akeeb Kareem.
Okay.
But by the grace of God, since 17 February 1997, I have become Christman Akeeb Kareem.
Christ man, not black man
No,
this
no,
time.
no, no.
Okay. For those of you that are watching, guess what? This is the very first maiden edition of this particular program. Watch out. In due time, you will be seeing a lot of veteran musicians. I said veteran musician, and I mean it, on this program. I will come back to you, Daddy.
Okay.
Black man Akeeb Kareem,
That's right.
formerly known as, now known as Christman
Akeeb
Eshupofo
Kareem.
Kareem. Okay. I'm going to ask you this question. The journey into music, how did it all begin?
Question Lakba Lebere, which in English means this is a big, big question you're asking me.
You can summarize it.
Yeah, are we? Because you have asked,
Definitely.
I have to answer.
Definitely.
Yes. When I was young, I told my father.
Okay. You were about how old at that time?
When I'm talking about young, I was talking about 16.
16 years old. Okay.
So I told my father I would like to become a musician.
Okay.
And I have to answer, I have to tell you the way my father answered me then. My father said, Kiowi, what did you say?
Was your father literate or was he an illiterate?
About my own father it's my own that I have to answer.
No, for him to ask to tell you,
yeah, that has nothing to do with literacy or illiteracy. So it's that you know, those days our parents, even if you say you want to be a footballer then, they tell you, don't you see Mr. Johnson is a lawyer.
They want you
Mr.
to be a lawyer.
You want to be a doctor. So my father said, I do not have a beggar in my family. And I said, Father, I want to be a singer. Then my father said, okay, if you want to be a singer, it won't be in this house. Then
he threw you out of the house.
He threw me out of the house. And then I started living in cinema house.
At that time, what was your mom's response when your dad was throwing you out of the house?
First of all, those days, if you come from a Muslim family of those days that I know,
there are so many wives.
There are many wives, and our mothers those days cannot challenge something. And apart from that, I lost my mother when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
I lost my mother in 1953. So she wasn't around. I was all alone. No brothers, no sisters, but my mother. So I said, go out. And I went out and I started living in a cinema house. As a matter of fact, I was living at Rivoli Cinema in Ikorodu Road. That time. From then, I lived there in that for many years. Because before one day, a musician came to that theater to watch a film. And then normally when we finish cinema, we are the one that will be cleaning the cinema house and everything. So when they finish, I always sing to all my co-workers there. So then the man was coming out of the cinema, then he had me singing. He said, come on, young man, where did you get that voice from? I said, I'm just trying, sir. He said, can you come and sing for my band? I said, for your band, sir. I said, that will be fine, sir. Then the man turned out to be King Kenny Tone and his top toppers. Then one of the top highlight musicians then. Then he called me and I went to him and I started singing soul for his band in Lagos. And then after about 3 or 4 months, a musician came to London, Lagos to do a recording with his band. So when they finished in the afternoon, they came up in the evening to come and enjoy with us.
At the cinema.
And that musician then was known very, very famous, Orlando Julius.
Okay, Ekemode.
Ekemode, oh, that's very good. Then he had me singing. Then later he called me. He said, "Can you come to Ibadan?"
Okay.
Because he came from Ibadan. And I said, "No, I can't come to Ibadan, sir." He said, "I will pay you double money what they pay you here." And I said, I was thinking in my head that this was this man that picked me out of a cinema house to just leave him and go like that. Then he said, "Just come, I will take care of you." In short, to cut the story short, I ended up with him
In Ibadan.
So we started playing at a club in Okebola,
Okay.
Independence Hotel in
Okay.
Okebola. So, and that was where I was singing so for the band, and then later I had to sing a song. I had to do a recording with them of my own song in his own album.
Okay.
Wá olólùfẹ́ jọ̀wọ́ mo fẹ́ràn rẹ. So from there we continued. That's how I started my music career.
All along, when you left the house, sleeping at the cinema, did your father at any time look for you?
He didn't look for me because he never thought I would become anything. But it was, but what happened?
Okay.
After that, later I was invited to a television station in Lagos then to sing. And then my father went to an Egba elders meeting.
And they were watching you.
And the other people, they were watching me, then they introduced me after many years that they had never seen me. And some of the friends, he said, some of the friends told me, Karimu, come here. They call somebody Karimu here, Akibu, because they might read them or they Akibu. They said, can this be your son? They were saying Yoruba
They were
language.
asking him.
They asked, my father said, we should Akibu in the television. Leave me alone. Then he said he came and sat down, then he saw me.
Then he was shocked.
Said he was shocked. That, what? My son on television? Then he started looking for me.
Okay.
But anyway, after that, I went home to meet him. Then by the grace of God, I repeat, by the grace of God, it was me that brought the name of the family to the famous station.
How easy was it for you to forgive your father at that time?
Forgiveness, okay. The point is that, like one of my songs says now, it will soon be released. I said, Ye baba wa bani, aye ti dori kodo. Ma ṣọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́rọ̀ ẹkún. The world is upside down. Those days you cannot forgive your father. The mere fact that he forgives you, that is enough for you. You have to, Baba mi, ẹ ṣeun, mo dúpẹ́, thank you, sir, that you even come. Quick and quick, the Lord has justified me. He threw me out because he thought I would be nothing. And I became famous. And then the mere fact that he is my father, I went back to him. Those days, we respect our fathers and mothers. We honor them very, very seriously. And that's why the world was not upside down then. But these days now, the children don't obey or respect their parents and fathers and mothers. The world is upside down. So I just thank him for that. He was proud of me again.
Switching over from Lagos to Ibadan. Yes. Ibadan on its own is a very different city compared to Lagos.
That's right.
Leaving the first person that picked you up from the cinema to join another person that hijacked you, permits me to use that word,
yes.
that hijacked you. Do you struggle at all to do that, to switch over? Or do you just blend in?
Struggle? I told you, he said he would double whatever they pay me if I could come to Ibadan, to his own band, to sing soul. Because during those days, it's now the soul music that
was reigning.
And my favorite singer those days then was Otis Redding.
Okay.
So I could sing Otis Redding and Cliff Richard. So I love that soul, and I could sing the soul music so very well. So that was why even when I got to that Ibadan, the first record I did with the band, on his own, my band leader's record was because Otis Redding died on a plane crash. So I had to write a song that in memory of Otis Redding. So Soul Man is Gone. That's the title of that song. It's the Yoruba one that says, Wa ololufe, jọ̀wọ́ mo fẹ́ràn rẹ. So I had nothing to change because I got better. I got my own house, I got my own room, and I got better salary. So it was from...
How long were you with Julius Ekemode for?
Many people don't know him so much as they call him Orlando Julius.
Orlando
it's more
Julius.
better.
Okay.
Ekemode is the father's name, but his stage name is Orlando Julius.
Orlando Julius.
So I was with him for about almost 3 years before I had to go to the army.
Really?
Yes, I was.
You left music to go to the army?
Yes, during the Ojukwu War. So I went to the army.
So you were once a soldier?
Yes, I was a soldier. I went to the army, and then when I was in Ibadan there, and from after my training in the army, I even had to join IGO, Ibadan Garrison Organization Dance Band.
Okay.
So, you know, the war finished and everything, then we moved from Ibadan to Akure, where I stayed for many, many years with the band, with the army band. So I was a soldier.
How long were you in the army for?
I was in the army for about 5 years before I left.
When we talk about music,
yes,
it is something that's got to do with talent.
That's right.
Do you pick it up from your dad, from your mom, or from any of your family or generation?
If I pick it from him, he won't send me out. You see, there's a song that I always love to sing, even when I go to churches where I'm invited. Because like I told you, that from 1997, I become a full-time
evangelist,
minister for God. But I told you, God wanted me never to form a church.
A church, yeah.
So I go from church to church wherever I'm invited. And when I get to those churches, I love to sing a song. I'll just sing the very fast for you.
Okay.
All right, so then I explain. The song like this. When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be ransomed? Will I be rich? Yeah, what she said to me, que sera, sera, whatever will be, the vision was to see, que sera, sera. The song says, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future is not ours to see. Nobody knows the future. We only know, we don't even know today. We only know now. So, whatever I come to be later, it's all in the hands, it was in the hands of God. So that's the only way to answer that question, because it's up to God. I don't never know what the future will be. I do not even know whether I'll be alive tomorrow morning. So, that's the way I could answer that.
So, when you came back from the army,
yes,
how long does it take you, or should I say took you, to produce your very first album?
Wow. Immediately I left the army. It wasn't even, because fortunately I already became famous with Orlando Julius Band.
Before you went into the army?
And then with the army band. So immediately I left, I just did my first recording, which was with a white man's company then, and that was Oluyibo.
What year was that?
That exactly was 73.
1973.
Yes.
Can you remember any of the tracks in that album?
I will remember every track of my songs from that time till now.
Sing one of the tracks in that album for me.
The one in that album that I was thinking that many people like you, very, very old, very, very old man like this, cannot remember was Olú Igbó máa bọ̀mọ̀ jẹ́ jẹ́ kọ́mọ ó gbọ́ ọ̀ràn sí bàbá lẹ́nu jẹ́ kọ́mọ ó gbọ́ ọ̀ràn sí yèyé lẹ́nu Olú Igbó kì í ṣe ilé ọmọ. The other side of the record say ẹ̀gbá ni mí o ọmọ ajẹ́láfú lórí Olúmọ o lágbé bí mi sí máyọ̀ lórí Olúmọ o Abẹ́òkúta o ìlú ọgbọ́n ló jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mọ̀ lú Ẹ̀gbá o ẹ tẹ̀lé mi ká lọ o. That was the first single I ever made, which was a great hit immediately.
Your kind of music, when you were talking earlier on,
Yes.
you've made mention soul. So, what can we categorize your kind of music as?
I call my own music
Okay,
Hunter's Beat.
Hunter's beat.
Ijo Ode. Why? Because I took my rhythm and bass line from the way the hunters in Africa, when they go the hunting spree and they were successful, big successful, then they come back and start playing. So I took my bass line from the rhythm of the hunters
Okay,
to go with my music. That's why when you hear songs like one of my hit songs that say, ọmọ o ẹgbẹ́ dàgbà o kékeré jòjò ló mọ̀ gbé, you say, so I took my rhythm from that my bass line from the hunters, so I call it Hunter's Beat. I wasn't playing high life, I wasn't playing juju, and I copied nobody. That's why when you hear my music, you will know that is Akeeb Kareem.
when you were doing music, there's one thing that is so peculiar about musicians of your generation. There is one major musical instrument they will be attributed to. When we talk about you, you are holding a guitar.
Yes, right.
Orlando Julius Ekemode is known for the saxophone.
Oh, you really know my
Fela Anikulapo is known for saxophone.
Yes,
The
right.
likes of Ebenezer Obey, King Sunny Ade, they were known for guitar.
That's right.
This Baba Ijesha, what is it called? Baba Ijesha, Baba Ijesha.
Which one? There's so many Baba Ijesha.
There was one, it's of late.
Is he Orlando Junior?
Not
Orlando Owo?
Not Orlando, I've forgotten his name.
Baba,
I've forgotten.
Ike
Ike
Dairo.
Dairo, God bless
Baba
you. He's
Ike
known for
Dairo.
his, what is that thing called? Accordion?
yes.
So, what happened that time? Is it a must before you become a musician? Must you be able to play a particular musical instrument, or is just the passion of?
Yes, because those days, you want to be master of what you want to sing and to teach other people. So you have to learn to play one instrument
Okay.
to be able to tell those you want to bring about to you that this is the way I want my music to go.
To go. Okay.
But if you don't know how to play anything and you just want them to,
It is just whatever they play for
well,
you.
they just put Jabudi Jagba to it those days. That was why those days I was playing the keyboard and mainly my guitar and the keyboard.
When we talk about music,
Yes.
I don't know how far it is true. When people are talking about juju, they will make mention of King Sunny Ade, Evangelist Ebenezer Obey. At the time, people do say a whole lot of things that there is this kind of rivalry between them. When you were singing your Hunter's rhythm, is there any sort of rivalry between you and anyone, or is there any other person that sings similar thing to what you sing?
I never had any rivals because the way I sing
It's totally different.
is different. My rhythm is different. So unless if you want to copy me, and then they find it very hard because okay, when I sing in English, and or when I sing in my Yoruba language,
Okay.
I sing in Egba language, Egba tone, and then that's another secret many people didn't know, which I will let them know today.
Today,
through
okay.
This, your program, that my father is from Abeokuta.
Okay.
So I'm from Abeokuta, but my mother is Ilorin and Hausa.
Okay.
So I even released a record which many people, some few people had those days. That's in learning language. I use it exactly in learning dialect.
Okay, can you sing it for us now?
Èèyàn bí olóríire níbẹ̀ ní ìlú Ìlọrin. Bọ́n bá máa wí wá nílọrin mèsù jàmbá irọ́ ńlá ni. Gbogbo ẹni tí ń pè lọrin ní mèsù jàmbá ẹ bá mi kìlọ̀ fún gbogbo wọn yányán. Pé lọrin kì í ṣe mèsù jàmbá rárá o. Ìgbà tọ́gbọ́n jọgbọ́n lọ náà ń pè lọrin ní mèsù jàmbá. Ìlú tóbi tó ìwọ̀n ò léegun. Wàláì ìlú tóbi tó ìwọ̀n ò lóòṣà. Ẹṣin léegun wọn àlùkùránì lóró ọbẹ̀. Ẹ wá bá mi ká lọ ń pàkátà ńlé àgàn ńlé ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Sambo mo ní ẹ̀sìn mi dé lọ́rin ẹ dákun ẹ̀sìn mi dé lọ́rin Ìlọrin Àfọ̀njá ẹ̀sìn mi dé lọ́rin òye. So no one can call
There is one thing that is very unique about you.
Thank you. What's that?
That's your voice.
Well, I thank God for
Is
that.
that what you call the high pitch high notes?
I can only give glory to God about my voice, because that's what people ask me every time.
Okay.
By the grace of God, in this July, I will be 72-year-old.
Okay.
And so everywhere I go to churches, when I sing, some of them say, why is your voice still the same? I said, do you know why my voice is still the same? God gave me this song because of who I am now, to praise Him and proclaim Him. So, but He let me make fame, make glory to see all the world and see. I think that was great. Now that I know that riches, wealth, and everything does not bring you joy. But when you are with God and you surrender your life to the Lord, then you will see that the peace of mind, joy, you may not have all the riches of the world, but you have peace of mind, joy, and happiness. So that's why the Lord give me that voice. It's not, I didn't use any medicine. It's not that I'm better than anybody. So that's why, because He's now using the voice that He gave me for the duty He wanted me to come and do on earth. That is the secret, oh. Bow.
Bye, Siba Babi. When you were doing music,
Yes,
I would love to ask you this.
please.
If I take you back the memory lane,
Okay.
what year did you release your very first album? Can you remember precisely?
I thought you asked me that before. I think I told you
73?
73.
Your second album, what year?
That was 74.
74, a year after. Most of those songs you released at that time, I've been privileged, I've been opportune to listen to some of your songs. If you still slot them in today, if you still play them today, they're still very fresh. They
Thank you
still
very much.
pass a kind of message to we babies.
Thank you.
What's the secret behind that?
First of all, to answer you that, that's why, because thank God that people like you are who you are.
Okay.
That's what, you remember I said, Ọmọ o, ń pẹ́ dàgbà o, kékeré jòjò ló mọ̀ gbé tèmi. Ọmọ o, ọmọ náà ló ti dàgbà báyìí. Ẹ ti dàgbà mọ́ wá. And then, a lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé ẹ sì nípò burúkú. Torí tí ẹ̀yin ò bá bẹ́tà wa, ohun ọ̀dà àbá ṣe àwa babalá fail nìyẹn. So, you see, those time, all those songs and the old memory like that, it's just all add together. It's just a gift from God. And like that, another one. When I was looking for the best woman in the world, remember this song? I said, "Mo ma mi wo l'olùfẹ́ lọ, and I met a princess from Oka Akoko, and she's still being the best woman, though we just got married.
Okay. How long ago?
Just about 40 years ago.
Okay, that's very fresh.
Yeah,
Still
just
very recent.
Because she's the best woman in the world.
Okay.
So what do I need to get? I should marry me.
But the ololufe you were looking for, so you found her finally.
Yes, I found her, and fortunately for me, she's been the best. And let me, just in case, let me warn you.
Okay.
Any man looking for a perfect woman, don't bother to marry. Oh.
Okay.
And any woman looking for a perfect man,
don't bother.
Don't bother to marry. Told me, oh, perfect, yo. My wife just loved me for who I am, and I try to love her for who I am. Today I was saying where I went before my son called me, the owner of this place, to come here. I was telling some people there, I said, I don't know about men who beat their wife. A man who beats their wife, they should not be called a man. Because you can't beat her, insult her, then later you come and say, darling, I'm sorry, it's the devil. If I'm that obìnrin, I'm buying you, but devil will call it to me.
In a segbaton, daddy
So, by the grace of God, God gave me the best woman in the world. And don't look for a perfect woman, don't look for a perfect man, otherwise you will never get married.
As a veteran musician, yes, is it true that when musicians want to compose, they get inspiration from...
it depends on each person.
Okay.
The way, if you are a musician, the way God gives you your own kind of singing
is different from yours.
To mine. If you are born a singer, composer, the thing will just come in a different way. You may see something that happen and say, oh, what is this? Then from there you get a song to go along with. For instance, for me, it's things about life, what goes around, what I see people do that we impress to help them to wake up from their slumber.
Okay.
Those are the kind of things that's how I compose. So every singer have their own. And there's one thing that makes the Western world singers better. The Western world singers, many of them know that they can be a good singer, but they may not be a composer. That's why they buy songs. And that's why you see them, they sing good songs, but they are not the one who compose it. Even Michael Jackson, as big as he was, many of them, they buy songs from people. That is one of the things we don't have in Africa. Everybody just want to be the composer by themselves. At the end of the day, they got no message to give really to the world.
So you compose?
No, I'm a composer.
Okay, you composer. And you singer.
Because the question you asked me, I compose all my songs.
You compose all your songs and you sing them by yourself?
No, you help me to sing them sometimes.
That's good, Daddy.
I compose all my songs on a serious note. By the grace of God, I write all my songs, I arrange all my songs, and most of it I produce it too. But it's not me, it's the gift of God.
God inside you. When you were talking earlier on, you said you were married to the best woman.
Yes.
I'm going to take you to your songs. One of your songs, you said, Mama Bami, don't mind my tone. It's not as high as Daddy's tone. Leya wo mi lo, ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́jọ́ tí a rò, ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́jọ́ tí ẹ dá. At that time when you were composing that song, was there any sort of misunderstanding between Daddy and Mommy?
If there's misunderstanding, I won't be asking them not to. I would have said, ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ bá mi léyàwó mi lọ. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ bá mi mú lọ.
But you said ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́jọ́ tí a rò, ọ̀tọ̀lẹ́jọ́ tí ẹ dá.
I said, ẹ má bá mi lé lọ. You know, sometimes the best advice I will give to women, most especially, and men too, is that when you got married, please never tell your best friend about what is going on in your own matrimonial home. Your best friend may be your best friend in the facial, but not real. Don't tell. And if you're a woman, you woman especially, don't tell your best friend about what is going on between you and your husband. Maybe her eyes is on your husband that you are condemning. Maybe his eyes is on your wife that you are condemning. So those days, my wife brought some friends home. And then some of them, after my wife is gone to work, they know she's at work. Then some of them will come to my house behind me when I'm pressing with my band. They come and tell me, something. And I didn't want to say anything to my wife. If I tell my wife, she won't believe me. That those ones, some of them wanted me to, you see what I mean? That's why if many of them pushed me to the point that I had to sing one song that day. Wọ́n ní kí n wá ṣe o, mo ní mi ò ṣe. Wọ́n ní kí n wá ṣe o, mo ní mi ò ṣe. wọ́n ní kí n wá ṣe ṣọ̀kíṣọ̀ ń bọ́ lọ́mọ ní ẹ máa gbà mí o. Wọ́n ní kí n wá ṣe ṣọ̀kíṣọ̀. So when these friends of ours used to come and then I said I have to compose a song to drive these people away. That was why I composed that song. I said, ẹ má máa bá mi léyàwó mi lọ. Ẹ má máa bá mi o lólobùrò mi lọ. Ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́jọ́ tí a rò, ọ̀tọ̀ lẹ́jọ́ tí ẹ dá. Ẹ má máa bá mi o léyàwó mi lọ. Àǹtí Amebo, make you shut up your mouth. Brother Amebo, make you shut up your mouth.
Thank you very much, Daddy. There was one of your album. You have a particular track sang in Ghanaian language.
Woo!
Have you ever lived in Ghana?
I've never lived in Ghana.
So how were you able to do a whole track in Ghanaian language?
You see, that's what I told you, my brother and my son. If you are blessed by God, there's nothing impossible to be done. He will give you the blessing. Like I was telling you something, I didn't know when I tell you, I've told you that openly about my education. Have I said that openly? Yeah. That many people do not believe that I never went to a secondary school. I've never been to a secondary school, I've never been to a university. And the way I sing, the way I rhyme a song, the English and everything, many of them thought I was all that. So if you are blessed and you want to do something, that's not impossible for God. I decided to write a song in Ghanaian language, and I said, oh, what do I do? So I got friendly with some Ghanaian guys, and I hear them speak the language, and I wrote a song, and they said, but they can write it something for me. I wrote it in English, but they can write it in English, but how can I pronounce it their own way? He said, you don't worry about it. So that's why I did that song. Oh, do you want me to sing it?
Definitely, sir.
We are see my Yahweh, Obiara Pemasemo. We are see my Yahweh, Obiara Pemasemo. Anje Onibayo. Anje Onibayo kra. Ah, òtítọ́ lọmọ aráyé burú o, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n fẹ́ràn mi. Ọmọ aráyé le o, wọ́n mà le kókó. Ọmọ aráyé le o, ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n fẹ́ràn mi. Ah, we are see my way. Obiara pay my samo. We are see my way. Obiara pay my samo.
In the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, even though I was a little boy, but I grew up to understand you are one of the first to be reckoned with when it comes to music.
Thank you very much.
So, the sojourn out of Nigeria, or should I say Africa to be precise, when was it? The sojourn out of Africa, the shores of Africa.
When I had to leave.
When did you left Africa?
I left the land of golden sun, 1984.
84. Why? Do you choose to bring your music down here, or was it due to something
I wasn't planning to leave Africa because in the whole world that God created, African land is still the best, the richest, the most blessed. Everything you need in the world, even the whole Western world, they couldn't make their even lives without Africa. But because when I was recording my first record, the first contract was with a white man's company, Aphrodisia. I never had any problem.
Okay.
The way my record got sold, I got receipt, I got a notice about it. They sent to me how many records they sold. They sent me money, everything. Then I left that. I went to EMI, and they were the same thing. The way when how many records sold, I got my money. There was no until I had a record with a Nigerian company. I recorded with a Nigerian company, and the record I did with that Nigerian company, apart from Mama Miwolo Lufelo, that was the best hit I had. That was the one I just sang. Emma Mabami, I'm a bomb, make you shut up your mouth. And it is in that same record that I sang that Obiara Permasim, that Ghanaian language. And it's in the same record I sang songs like Iya o, Iya mi o, Lolo Bedidun, tó fi tọ́ mi dàgbà, nkò lè gbàgbé o. You look at those songs like that. Even Amebo itself sold to the point that people are not calling me black man again. They are calling me Brother Amebo. And I say, shut up your mouth, I beg. Call me Amebo. So, but now I never got any message from the Nigerian company that I recorded with. And then I had to go after many months. About what's happening? I was told that, sorry, that Amebo record didn't sell. I said,
Oh, that was about 5 feet tracks.
I said, hey, the whole Nigeria, even Igbos, I would say everybody who were not listening to my song in Yoruba or anything, they love Amebo because the invitation I was getting all over the country playing about because of Amebo. And okay, whether I sell or not, at least you should have given me some information. Then I called my wife, my darling wife, I said, darling, I'm tired of this country. And my kind of music is not like Sonny Ade, Ebenezer Obey, where the people call them and they spray them. We rely on our own kind of music, we rely on the sales of our record or the invitation or concerts. And so I said, I'm leaving this country.
But at that time, if I'm not mistaken, you must be at the very peak.
Yes.
So you decided to leave it?
I was at the peak of my fame because that after that, I'm about second year, 83. I even released a gospel record for the first time in my life. That was a Baba mi lọ́lọ́kọ tí wà kọ rẹ̀, ṣọmọ pé mo wà nínú ọkọ. And that together, that Amebo and that song made me more famous in the country. But I said, what about the? So I told my wife, I'm going to America. Yeah.
You said you are now an evangelist. When
Yes.
you were singing Baba Mi Loloko Tin Woko, don't mind, I know my talent.
Yeah, don't worry.
I
I don't want you to be a singer, otherwise you take job from me now.
Mashe jeje ma wa mi lo. Have you at that time envisaged you will become an evangelist?
I didn't know, but the point about our God is this: if He's choosing you to be an instrument for Him, before and by the time you are in your mother's womb, you have been choosing. If you like, you can run to Cavanta, you run to Australia, you run to Congo, run to anywhere, you will still serve Him at His own time. And that's why I always say to people, churches when I go, because you are a pope, a general overseer, pastor, prophet, apostle, doesn't make you a Christian. And because you are a gospel singer, doesn't make you a Christian. Because, why? I know that because that time, that year, but the year I released that record, I didn't even have a Bible at home. I didn't know anything about Bible. And I sang that song like that. And inside the same record I sang, only Jesus is the answer, only Him is the way. Jésù nìkan ló lè gbà nílà, ó kú fún tèmi tìrẹ lórí òkè náà. And the same about I say, I know, you know what? He died for me. I didn't know who died for me.
You were just singing.
I just sang it and I was boasting about. I can compose commercial, I can compose gospel. I did not know it was the Lord Himself that was giving me those lyrics. I was giving the glory to myself. And I had nothing to do with
Could
Jesus.
it be was preparing you for the assignments ahead?
But I didn't know. So I was going about, they start calling me Christian and everything. I go about the church and all this. But not until on the 17th February 1997, when the Lord Jesus Christ Himself appeared to me. But I did not see Him physically. I was hearing the voice, and I thought, maybe,
Am I okay?
am I okay? Because when I was a professional musician, I do not drink, I do not smoke. I only take whiskey and brandy and stout. And
I understand. Only water.
Is that drink?
No, it's their own
No,
water.
so I only take whiskey, brandy, or and I don't smoke. I only smoke ganja. So that day I thought maybe the ganja was working. Okay. When I was with a pastor friend and went to see him, and he was telling them we're talking about business. He said, let's pray. I said, what have I got to do with praying? Let's talk about business. They said, Baba, this is in the church. I have to pray. I said, oh, pray. Then he started praying. Then I was looking at him, laughing at him. Then suddenly, I started praying myself. And without opening my eyes that are closed, I just saw the blue sky. And I saw this white dove going around, white birds going around. I did not open my eyes. And in the midst of those white doves going around, I heard a voice that said, my son, if you leave what you are doing, you don't sing in hotels again. You don't sing with to press human beings again. I will give you 3 things. I did not see anybody. And I was hearing the voice the way we're talking now. And if you do it, I will give you 3 things. I will give you peace of mind. I will give you joy and happiness beyond human comprehensions. But if you think you are famous, I will show you what it means to be famous for me. I could not speak to him, otherwise I would have asked, famous for you, who? Who are you? Who are you? Then the voice just continues to say, if, can you see? If the Lord, who created the world with his own Father, can say if. And human beings say, it's all if. It's not that if you don't do it, I'll kill you. He said, if you do it, if you do it. Then he said, if you do it, go and form me a ministry. And the ministry I knew then, my brother, it was Ministry of Agriculture. Okay. Ministry of Finance. Okay. Ministry of Education. I didn't know anything about other ministries.
Humanizing.
So, and then the voice said, if you do it, go and form me the ministry. Then he said, but don't form a church. If you form that ministry, do not form a church. Do not form a church. Do not form a church. 3 times, because my people have enough churches to worship me. I was thinking, worship, what do we? Then if you do it, I will be with you. Then I didn't see the best, I didn't see him. Then in short, when we finished praying, that pastor told me, he said, what? Candidly, to let the world know the truth of this, I'm saying it was a famous pastor here, Ebenezer Jitena, in his office. That thing happened that day. Then he told me, when I told him, he said, it was Jesus. I said, oh yes, Jesus. If you are looking for a praise and worship singer, go and look for someone. Jesus will talk to me. I went home and I told my wife, who married a Christian. And my wife, when I finished telling him, I got to the door, my wife opened the door. Then when she opened the door, she was looking at me and said, my dear, there's something strange about you. I said, yes, after 20 years, something strange about you. She said, no, there's some peace all over you. Then I remembered that peace. The voice, I will give you peace. Let's go. Then we went in the sitting room, I told her everything. Then my wife got up. Oh, Jesus. What are you doing for? Then she said, my dear, Jesus, it was Jesus who spoke with you. I said, Jesus, you too? And she didn't know what that pastor said. I said, then what do I do? If that's true, I should go to my room and pray and tell him I will do it. I told her, I said, Jesus said I should not sing in hotel. They gave me I don't have any other work. I don't have certificate to work. And this is 30 years professional music. She said I should go to my room. I don't laugh. Then I went to my room. I said, Jesus, they say you are the one who talked to me. Okay, if you are the one, then show me how to do the work. I don't know I don't know anything about your job. In Jesus' name, amen. I went back, my wife said, I think that have you finished praying just like that? I said, what do you want me to tell him? For my fathers, my mothers, my brothers, and my sister listening to me today, from that 17th February 1997, I have had a full-time ministry that the Lord put me into. I only rely on my pension or when I'm invited to a church, and if they bless me. There were some people, they ask me if they want to go to church, how much do you charge? I say, charge you to come and minister in the God's house. If I come to minister in your church, you've given me the opportunity to do the duty that God chooses me to be. But if you give me 1 million, I will take you. That is up to you. But for me to charge you to come and do God's work, it is a great privilege for me to come to your church. So and that's what I've been doing from that 17th February 1997, which is now 21 years, 3 months, and a few days now. This is my story, my brother.
On the very last note,
okay,
before I ask you to give us some of your hit tracks, any advice for the upcoming artists?
Well, advice for upcoming artists is just try to be your best. If you are blessed to be a singer, you have a good voice to sing. If you know you may be a very good singer, that doesn't make you a composer.
Okay.
So, like what the Western world artists have done for years and years and years and years, all you need to do is find somebody who is a songwriter, buy songs from them, so that because your songs, if you sing songs that doesn't have any lyrics, any serious message, during the time you do it to be there, but in a few years nobody will want to hear it again. That's why when you look at people like Akeeb Kareem, Unplugged, Babaleba, Aruna Shola,
Akeeb Kareem.
Akeeb Kareem, thank you. Unplugged, Sunny Ade. Many people are still buying their old songs because they are very meaningful.
Victor Olaiya.
So if you are Victor Olaiya, Baba, local, high life, long way, many of them like that. Victor Wifo, many. So if you are blessed to be a singer and you want to be a professional singer, if you know you are not a good composer, find songwriters to write for you, and then your music, it will not just make you money around that time. In a few years' time, you are nowhere to be found. Otherwise, people like me will not have any opportunity anywhere, because we have thousands upon thousands of our children singing now. But it's because of the one we have sung by the grace of God that they're very meaningful. Then they are meaningful now, and they will always be meaningful. That's the only advice I could give them.
There's one thing I believe in: singers, writers, they don't die. You mentioned Ebenezer. You mentioned Akeeb Kareem has gone years upon years. His work is still living after him. Fela Anikulapo Kuti has gone. Most of his work are still speaking for him. On that note, Daddy, I would like you to do, this is an uncensored, unplugged. Do something for Heritage TV. Let's hear.
For Heritage TV?
Heritage TV.
For me to sing my own
Do something. Let's switch it over. Do something for Heritage TV. And on that note, we will be saying bye-bye to you.
If you want to hear the good program, come to Heritage. You want to hear the good program, come to Heritage. You want to hear the best in the world, come.